Hello, hello. It's a great pleasure today to speak with all of you. Just coming back from the Canaries, and I found this email that I've been awarded a little certificate from Wiley Press. That's the publisher that actually issues Geology today. And let me share my screen. Here we are. So here, the certificate says it's about a top downloaded article, and a top downloaded article in the first 12 months of publication. And actually, the article was published in mid-2021, and it has actually managed to get into the top downloaded articles in the 12 months of the journal in general, since the existence of the journal. So a lot of interest, and I really wanted to say thank you to everybody who had an interest there and who downloaded the article and read the article. And the article is about Mount Etna. And I'm going to say a few words about the article because I'm quite chuffed about the little kind of reward there. And the article is this one here in Geology Today. And it was published, as I said, in summer 2021, July 2021. And it's a summary of Etna, and not just about the recent activity at Etna, not just about the volcanic aspects, the hazards, but also a bit of a wider context, including going through ancient legends as well as the interaction of the present population with Mount Etna. I should stress that the paper was led by former master student Konstantinos, and myself and Francis Deegan contributed here. And then, of course, we had support from INGV in Italy. This is from Carmela Freda, Rosa Corsaro, and Boris Behncke. And we also had support from Savvas, who is a Greek teacher here in Sweden, and he helped with translating some of the old Greek texts that we have used to kind of make some interpretations. So have a look at the article. I'll put the link to the article in the box below, and you can also download the PDF file from my webpage in case you have access problems. So the article itself, as I said, goes through Etna. First of all, the tectonic setting here. It sits in the eastern seaboard, up the eastern seaboard of Sicily. And this is a very active region tectonically and also volcanologically. And Etna itself sits just a little north of the city of Catania. And here we're summarizing the recent and historical lavas. And we are discussing a little bit what the risks are for Catania. And luckily, the recent activity has not actually caused any fatalities. And hopefully it stays like this. But of course, there's potential because the historical record shows that there have been eruptions that reached areas much closer to Catania than what we're seeing right now. So this is how it looks in the last little while. And Etna is active and frequently active. And here we have large eruption columns, but also we have lava flows coming down. And here's a little collage of different impressions about the variable eruptive activities and the waxing and waning of the eruption activities. And it can even lead to pyroclastic flows. Here's a little photo sequence, and this one went down a kilometer or more on the flank. And of course, this is very dangerous. But luckily, in the central part of the volcano, no people are allowed to settle, and therefore this has not caused any fatalities. But Etna is in the eye of people for a long time, and it goes back to Greek mythology with Hephaestus, or Vulcan as the Romans called him, the god of smith and metalworks. And he has his forge under Etna, that's at least believed. And I guess the important takeaway point is that people already in Roman and pre-Roman times realized that there's a link between volcanoes and metals. Volcanoes are the main source of metals. But there's various other legends, and of course the forge of Hephaestus is believed to have a chimney, and the chimney might actually be some of the other Aeolian islands like Volcano, etc. And whenever they're erupting, then obviously Hephaestus is at work down there in his forge. Other legends are, of course, including Ulysses Odysseus, and there he passed Etna and he had this interaction with the Cyclops, and the Cyclops was throwing rocks at the ship. And well, this is effectively a visualization of the volcano throwing out big bombs that reach the sea. So various other myths are discussed in our article, and then we are also moving towards the discussion of what the present day interaction between humans and the volcano is. And the slopes of the volcano are very fertile, and a lot of wine is grown there, and very good wine, in fact. And in addition to that, a lot of fruit is grown there as well. So there we have figs, and a certain type of pear, a prickly pear, is grown there, and very high quality, a very great taste, people say. So, and this is of course very important, and it fits into that theme that I'm trying to promote for quite a while, and that is that volcanoes have two faces. There's the good side and there's the bad side. The bad side is obvious. There's hazards when you are close to a volcano, and if you are getting in touch with lava or pyroclastic flows, it's not going to end well for you usually. But there's a very different side as well. Volcanoes deliver a lot of resources. They produce a lot of good for people, and this is why people go there and live close to volcanoes, because the land is fertile, the areas are usually beautiful, tourism is a big kind of thing, and it's growing actually. And there is often a very intimate relationship of local populations with their volcano. So I like to use this opportunity to say thank you for everybody who downloaded the article. Thank you for your interest. I'm really chuffed. It's a great experience to kind of get recognized in this way for the work we have been doing. And obviously that's an encouragement to do more of this kind of thing in the future. So thanks a lot. All the very best. And if you haven't seen the article, have a little look at it. It's a nice read, I'd like to think. And obviously the number of downloads well, tell me that I'm not entirely wrong. Thanks a million. All the very best. And if you ever have a chance to take a glass of wine from Etna, I recommend it highly.